Hey, what's up, tribe? How you guys doing? So we want to do a quick little video, talk about an incident that Keely had about 5 days ago regarding surf safety. So I'm gonna let her tell the story. So why don't you go ahead, Keely?
Yeah, so about like 5 or 6 days ago, I was just out surfing, and then I caught a wave, and then at the end of the wave, I kind of wiped out, and like out of nowhere, my board just hit me in the head, and I remember feeling kind of dizzy, but I just caught a little whitewater wave like into the beach because at the end of this wave, I was already pretty far in, so I just caught a little wave into the beach. And there was actually a surf instructor that saw my wave and the wipeout and everything, so he was asking me if I was okay, and I didn't know how bad the cut was for my board. I thought it was just like a bruise or something, so I was just gonna wait on the beach until my dad came in. But the surf instructor said that it was bleeding, so I told him, the surf instructor, to tell my dad that I went home because it was bleeding, so I knew that I needed to go home, which I don't normally walk home alone.
All right. So yeah. So normally she wouldn't go home by herself, but she was kind of discombobulated. The hit to her head kind of confused her. She was a little dizzy that night, and we weren't sure if it was a concussion or anything, so we kind of kept her awake and watched her that evening. Luckily, her board is light. It's a lightweight board, so I think that's one of the reasons that it wasn't as bad as it could have been. So we did want to talk a little bit about safety, but she did actually catch the wave, and she caught it on film on the GoPro.
I had the GoPro in my mouth.
So we'll play it for you, and you can kind of experience it along with her. So check it out. All right, so yeah, I mean, it's crazy that we actually caught that on film. But yeah, we just kind of want to talk a little about safety and maybe give you guys some tips. Most of the accidents and injuries are because of somebody else's surfboard or your surfboard. And it actually can be really dangerous. There was somebody who died just a few months back here in our town because a beginner took off in front of him and then wiped out, and then the board kind of purled and bounced out and like hit him really hard in the jaw and the neck area, and it knocked him out, and he drowned. He didn't have a leash, so nobody could find him, and only a couple people on the beach saw it happen. And when Keely's thing happened, I had no idea because she caught the wave far enough inside that when it happened, she was probably 60 meters away from me, 70 meters, and I couldn't even see her, I couldn't hear her. And then I just was like looking around, like, where did she go? Where did she go? And so I was like asking people, like, have you seen my daughter? And they're like, no, I saw. So then she went home, and then Atua came out and got me.
Yeah.
Because he was at home, and then then I went back and we checked it out, and we concluded it didn't need stitches. But a little bit about safety is don't be afraid to ask. So if you hurt yourself or you injure yourself, don't be afraid to wave your hand or ask for help. A lot of people get hurt and they won't ask for help. I know a girl who broke her ribs out, and she refused to ask for help. She barely made it in, swam in, crawled on the beach, and then we had to like pull her off the beach and carry her to the doctors. And it's just a lot of times people just, I don't know, they just won't ask. And also, as a more experienced surfer, it's our kind of job to sometimes educate the beginners out there and tell them, like, hey man, you can't be dropping in without looking in front of people, because you're wiping out, and your board, especially a longboard, is going to bounce back. And if you're just going on every wave, it's dangerous. And a lot of times they'll get defensive, but we all kind of have to look out for each other out in the water, especially the more advanced guys. I know sometimes it's just annoying when it gets really crowded and you're like, I'm not going to help anybody, or you just kind of get negative and all that. But the thing is it needs to stay fun, and we need to stay safe. So if you guys have any, Keely, do you have any tips? If somebody hurts themselves, what would you recommend people do?
If someone hurts himself,
Like you did. I mean, obviously you have to stay calm, but anything else?
So if you hurt yourself, not just
Yeah, if you get hurt,
yeah.
give some tips.
Well, yeah, try to not panic or anything and try to just stay calm. And if you need help, then wave your hand and ask for help. And
If you raise one hand like that, most surfers will know that that means you need help. If
Yeah.
I see that, I will go over to somebody because I will assume that there's something wrong if I see them in the water and they're like waving their hand. But yeah, our beach doesn't have lifeguards, so it's a little bit tougher. So sometimes you forget. And of course, if you are an advanced surfer and you're taking out your beginner friend or beginner intermediate, you got to keep an eye on them because it's easy to go, oh, you know, they got it, and then you forget about them, you stop paying attention, and then they get hurt. All right, guys, so we just kind of wanted to throw that video up, kind of share the experience, and I guess that's it.
yeah.
If you guys want to check out Atua, he's in Florida and he's filming a bunch of stuff. You can go to his channel. He's doing a kind of a hurricane relief educational movie with a couple other YouTubers. You can check that out. Go to his channel. Until then, pura vida.
And aloha. And don't forget to subscribe.